Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac. Gabrielle Zevin. Obviously from the title, girl, well, she doesn't lose her entire memory. She loses her memory from the past 4 years. So being that she's in high school, she doesn't remember anyone that she goes to high school with. And she also doesn't remember that her parents are divorced. And so she has all these people kind of like insinuating themselves on her life, but she doesn't really know who they are. And they're kind of assuming that she likes all these things that she used to like, but she doesn't. Like, she feels like a different person. So it's basically just her figuring out, like, who's her real friend, like, what does she actually like, and just kind of, like, hoping that her memory comes back. This is a young adult book, and some people will probably be like, why are you reading YA novels? Like, you're an adult. So I'm kind of interested in, like, YA writing in general. I took a class on it in college. I feel like it's obviously it's a lot more simple. Like, it doesn't really tend to be, like, pretentious. It's pretty straightforward. And also, like, when your brain is, like, zapped from being at work all day and you're super tired, you're like, I can barely stay awake. This just was easier to read, I guess. I like the main character in general because she was not afraid. For example, when she wakes up out of her coma or whatever, the boy that she was in a relationship with is kind of like still trying to be her boyfriend, and eventually she figures out that he's kind of like a shallow asshole and is not really feeling him. And after he tries to like pressure her into doing some naughty stuff, she's like, I'm breaking up with your ass because you're not, I don't like you. You suck. But anyway, she got these 3 fucking dudes from school. She got fucking James, who's the guy that like helps her after she like falls or whatever, calls the ambulance, whatever. He's like, I'm kind of a bad boy. And then there's Ace, who's like the sporty, shallow dude that she's already in a relationship with. She's just kind of like, this sucks. And then there's like her best friend, who's like the super nerd, works on yearbook with her, knows everything about her, blah, blah, blah. They're such good friends. After her accident, fucking her best friend's trying to explain everything to her, like, the way that it is, and he also, like, gives her all these mixes to, like, I guess try to help her jog her memory, but she gets really annoyed with all his attention and his worrying about her, gets pissed off. She's like, why are you fucking doing all this shit? Like, you're so extra, whatever. But she kind of, like, has a crush on James, so she kind of falls in love with him. They have their little thing. Yeah, her boyfriend James is just, like, super unstable, dude. Like, some depression, suicidal shit going on. He, like, leaves her. He says he's going to pick something up when she runs away from home to be wherever he is, and then he forgets her for, like, 4 hours or something. And, like, admits himself to a mental facility. Like, he obviously has some mental issues, but it's, like, that's upsetting, because it's, like, it's kind of basically the message that if someone has mental issues, you should just give up on them and abandon them. Like, probably fucking not. Like, if you really love that person, and then she kind of makes a comment that I think we were only getting together because we both like had issues or whatever, and now she's over her issues, so she can't relate to James anymore. It's like, are you? I don't know. Are you really over your issues though? Like, you're always gonna have been an amnesiac for like that time in your life, and obviously you felt something for this guy because you guys did all these. They do this fucking camera project for her class together. He's like a videographer. Like, obviously, like, they were fellow artists, whatever. Seemed to get along great on that. But yeah, I didn't like that message. Like, we don't find out what happens to James. And she kind of comes back around and comes back to, like, her best friend. You already know. They went there.
Sounds like everyone's high school relationship.
No, we're just friends. We're friends. But of the 3 guys that she could have chosen, Will was probably the best choice for her. She just wasn't very loyal to James. I don't know what it was that pissed me off about it. Because the whole time I thought they were going for kind of a, like, she doesn't need any of these dudes. Like, you know, she's going to go to college, probably meet somebody, whatever. Like, I thought she was basically going to, like, rise above it. But then they were like, no, she found her way back to who she was. Because she kind of remembers, like, halfway through the book. Like, gets her memory back, but doesn't tell anybody. So she knows everything that went down, which was, like, before the accident, I guess she had literally just kissed her best friend. So he remembers it, but she doesn't. So he's getting all butthurt. And I was kind of rooting for him because he seemed like the only person that actually gave a shit when she first lost her memory. Makes it sound like it was all love triangle shit when it wasn't a love. Wait a minute, love square. So was this book a yay or a nay? I would say probably a yay. This story like sucked me in, and I did not want to stop until I was finished. And like I said, really great characters. Ace is supposed to be like sporty hot, and then James is supposed to be like the tortured artist hot. You get
Torture artist.
two different types of hot. You get tortured artists, like the stereotype. It's a stereotype. Fucking artists are just emo and depressed and tortured and.
Oh, tortured.
What do you think I was saying?
Torture. Torture artist.
I quit. I quit.
An artist of torture. Like that sounds. Is this some BDSM shit? Like,
There's no BDSM shit. This is for like 14-year-olds.
I was